By my sword, it's another Dark Souls 3 Let's Play episode. Hello, and welcome back, everybody, but probably nobody. This is ThorW. You may notice I look a little different from when we last left off. Well, I went off and I farmed the jailers like crazy until I got their set, and along with some other stuff. So, go ahead and take a little bit of a looky-loo at this stuff. The Aristocrat's Mask worn by jailers of Irithyll Dungeon, noblemen delighted in its plump features. The jailers were among the few survivors inhabiting the Profaned Capital, later serving under Pontiff Sullivan. So, yeah, pretty much all of the jailer equipment says that, but the Aristocrats mask gets a tiny bit of a difference because it's like, noblemen loved it. In addition to that, I picked up a few other things, such as the Pontiff Knight Crown, which we had never gotten before. Crown of the Pontiff Knights, now harrowed spirits in Irithyll. The golden crown signifies those who report directly to Sullivan. The knights were his watchful eyes, and when needed, his punitive blades. Along with the Fire Witch Helm of witches who bore the profaned flame, now harrowed spirits of Irithyll. The witches who led the Pontiff Knights were originally ordained as holy knights. It was not long, however, before their hearts were swallowed by the profaned flame. And same thing with their armor. And their armor says basically the same thing, except armor Pontiff Knights is just it's a blue-gray and kind of crappy armor. Fire Witch Gauntlets say the same thing as before. Blue-gray gauntlets, blah 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 blah. Yeah, basically all that. In addition, I got a couple of new weapons. First off, the Tailbone Short Sword. You can get those from the Wretches, which are the humanoid enemies in the cells that we saw earlier. They can drop this. Twisted Dagger, cherished by the wretched prisoners of the Irithyll Dungeon. Crafted from a feeble tailbone, and seen as a sign of the dragons. Their screams are oft heard inside the dungeon as they naively mutilate their unworthy flesh. With skill, unleash dragon. Thrust the dagger to unleash the strength of dragons, similar to an ancient dragon weapon, only with its power tragically faded. So, this tells us a lot about what those prisoners are there for, or at least what it seems to be that they're for. They're there for. It seems like they're trying to create, or at least these people were in some sort of metamorphosis process into becoming draconic. Almost like bringing the dragons back into the world. If we go ahead and equip it, and we take a look at it, this is its ability. Now look at that. That looks very similar to a lot of the Dragon Tail weapons and their abilities that you can get in Dark Souls 1. In Dark Souls 1, originally, you would cut the tail off of draconic enemies, or enemies that were very similar to dragons, or as close to dragons as can be. Dragons like Seat the Scaleless and the Gaping Dragon, Calamite, etc. You would cut their tail off, and you would be able to, and you would get a weapon for it made out of the tail. This is very similar to it, a tailbone short sword. It's like they're becoming dragons, but not quite there. In addition to that, they can also drop this other thing I got down here somewhere. Tailbone Spear. Twisted Spear cherished by the wretched failed prisoners of Irithyll Dungeon. Crafted from a feeble tailbone seen as a sign of the dragons, blah blah blah, etc., with the same ability. Note, failed prisoners. It seems like it was some sort of experiment to turn them into something, but it kind of failed, hence why they're called the failed prisoners. In addition to those, I have got the Soldering Iron, a branding iron used by the jailers prowling Irithyll Dungeon. Press its seared tip against foes to inflict fire damage and temporarily block Estus healing. With the ability Charge, hold the iron at waist and charge at foes. If you take a look at the end of it, there you go. There is exactly what the branding iron looks like at the end. So that's the kind of... they brand you with a peace symbol, and that's why we don't like it so much. Because we're not here for peace. No peace. And finally, the weapon of the Fire Witches. Oh, not finally, actually. Next, I should just say, the weapon of the Fire Witches, the Immolation Tinder, which actually helps us out with some of the lore that we're getting into with heading towards the Profaned City, the Profaned Capital. Profaned flame wielded by the Irithylian witches, frigid spirits roaming the Boreal Valley. This torch, both a weapon and a staff, is enshrouded in an everlasting flame. With the skill Punitive Flame, punish foes with a flame that blankets the ground. Now it takes 12 int and 12 faith to be able to wield this item, but if we take a look at it, you'll notice, yes, it does have a flame that is for everlasting. It never puts out. So the Profaned Flame, unlike the first flame, is apparently everlasting and never goes out. And that's the big problem with the first flame, is that it appears to be in a cycle where it continuously and never-endingly eventually ends, bringing about the Age of Dark. Whereas this fire, the Profaned Flame, is apparently never-ending. And finally, the Pontiff Knight Great Scythe. Great Scythe wielded by Pontiff Knights. The large blade appears to be eaten away by insects, making it lightweight, but also brittle. So yeah, less interesting, but that is a scythe you can get from the Pontiff Knights as well. I believe that's everything that I had to show off that I farmed off screen because it took fucking forever. Especially the wretches. The wretches hate dropping the tailbone spear and short sword. They're not big fans of it. No siree. They sure like hanging on to their weapons. Annoying bastards. Anyway, we're gonna use the Black Knight, the Black Knight Greatsword, the Ultra Greatsword, because I feel like it. Because this is fucking funny. Come here. Oh, it killed him. I didn't want to kill him. I wanted him to live. Oh well. If y'all are gonna die from just one hit. Now then, once we get past them, let's just make sure that there's nothing over here. Okay, nothing over here. Awesome, perfect. Now then, since we're past them, let's go over here. A lone treasure chest. Oh my. Let's take a quick peek at this lone treasure chest with its chain pointing towards me. You can see it moving just a little bit. Come on. Yeah, that's right. You're sleepy, aren't you, big guy? See, I think we can see its teeth from an angle, right? Gonna lift up there again, Captain? No? Come on. Show us those chompers. Oh, darn. I kind of wanted to see them. Anyway. Let's see. Where's my undead hunter charms? There you go. Here's a neat trick we could have done with the mimics forever, but I'm going to do it just now just to show it off. If you throw an undead hunter charm at a mimic, it will just plain open up. And you can see the inside. You can take whatever item it has in there. But I'm going to go ahead and kill it. You can also get a bunch of free hits off on it if you use the Undead Hunter Charm, and it has a different animation where it dies while it's still got its mouth closed, where its mouth just kind of flaps back. And I thought that was kind of interesting to show. There will be more mimics, and there is an item that I'm looking for from the mimics specifically that hasn't dropped yet, so we'll be looking for that. Anyway, as for these guys, they work just like the villagers in the Undead Settlement, if anyone's wondering, where if you roll into them, they will stagger. For anyone that may want to deal with these guys in a slightly easier fashion, I was out of stamina, could not roll. The Carrion Poop. Oh, and large Titanite shards. Large Titanite shards are pretty decent to get. Obviously. Obviously. Alright, let's get this Shotel-wielding son of a bitch! Wrecked. And he was protecting the soul of a weary warrior. Also, a special drop-down area, which I don't feel like going down quite yet. Anyway, we could drop down any one of these if we wanted to, but there's a reason I'm not quite going to yet. Let's go ahead down here. Our head dealie looks great. I love the head dealie on this crown. I like anything that looks kind of like a cape. So the reason we didn't drop down is because, hey, there's a big old giant here. Now, if we dropped down that area that the guy was guarding, we'd land right on there and be able to mosey our way down that way. However, maybe I don't want to go that way. Maybe I don't feel like it. Hey, you. Get out of here! Really? Did not get the crystal lizard because of him. Thanks, giant jerk. Alright, let's take care of business here. Well, there are a lot of rats down here. I forgot about them. Yeah, be careful of the rats while you're fighting this guy, because they will stagger you when they hit. Oh, crud. Crap! The rats got me. The rats did a bunch of... The rats hit me like 3 times before I got swiped by them. No big deal. No big deal. I can run there rather quickly. I'm actually surprised that swipe even hit me, but, whatever. Excuse me, out of my way. I'm a jailer too. Leave me alone. I'm just a co-worker. Why would you take the life bar of a co-worker away? Come on now. Anyway, if you recall this door we opened earlier, this is a nice little shortcut in case you do have issues going to and fro. Get rid of him too. Alright, we'll just do our nice little, neat little run. Going back. So, interesting thing, if we drop down here, be right on this side of him. With the crystal lizard and everything. Which I wanted to kill, gets us a Titanite chunk. Oh, what? He one-shot me? No way! Never been one-shot by that guy before. Oh, okay. For anyone that was wondering, hey, when's Thor gonna die? Here we go. I'm dying to stupid things, but I'm dying. I mean, it's not gonna happen a whole lot. I'm relatively practiced with this game by now. By which I mean I speedrun the game, so bosses are probably not going to get me. It's probably going to be stuff that I don't fight on a boss on like a speedrun route. You know? Just dumb things. Ooh. Woo-wee! Alright. Alright, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down. And to die, you know, in both of those things. Not necessarily in that order, but, you know. Alright, if I die one more time with this weapon equipped, I do believe that I will, I do believe that I will go ahead and, swap back to the katana just to take care of the giant here, because with all the rats, having a slow-ass weapon like this is kind of ill-advised, but, you know, sometimes we gotta have fun. Profaned Flame, we're gonna have to look at that. Profaned Flame is very important to look at. Remember to look at Profaned Flame, me. Let's play Exterminator for a moment or two. Get his The rats are like never-ending, though. God damn it. Get him! Frickin' rats, man. If the rats weren't here, this would be the easiest giant in the world to kill. That hit me. Okay. Okay. Okay, giant. I see how you play. Seriously, rats! Oh my god. They do way too much damage for this crap. Oh, wow. Get him. Get him. Oh! Careful. Come on. Come on. Is he dead? Okay, cool, he's dead. That's the good part about this weapon, is it kills things rather fast. Titanite chunk. Go away, Mr. Rat. Okay. Alright. Are we done? Are we done with the Rat Brigade? The Royal Rat Authority? Or are you guys actually never ending? They might actually be never ending. It's hard to tell. Because they just keep coming. Anyway, okay, Royal Rat Authority seems to be put down for the time being. Let's go ahead and take a moment and look at the Profaned Flames pyromancy that we got. There we go. Engulf foes at range and burn them to ashes. Pyromancy derived from the Profaned Flame. Engulfs foes at range and burn them. The Profaned Capital was consumed by fire after Yhorm the Giant became a Lord of Cinder. The fire, born of the sky, is said to have incinerated naught but human flesh. Okay, so that does tell us something about the Profaned City, and that is that it's freaking destroyed ever since Yhorm became a Lord of Cinder. Hello. Oh! Hey, what's up, dude?
Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. Oh, look at me. Trapped like a rat.
Yes,
But
quite.
you needn't worry. I've just been sitting here weighing my options.
Your options...
Has almost come. I just need a bit more time.
Do you like some help?
Liberation requires a key. But the key is outside.
So why don't I get the key?
A riddle for the ages.
Why don't I get the key?
Liberation,
Alright, Siegmeyer, I'll go get a key, and you just hang tight there, buddy. Righto. So, Siegmeyer seems to have gotten himself locked up, presumably by the jailers? I don't know. But the jailers always kill people, so it's kind of hard to tell. Hey, look, another mimic. Let's just throw an undead hunter charm, see what it gets us. Pop a coin, too. What do we got? Dragon Slayer Lightning Arrow, that's it. Alright, then. Come on, give me what I want. Symbol of Avarice, that's what I wanted. Thank you, Mr. Mimic. Alright, Symbol of Avarice is actually a hat. Let's take a look at it. Head of the avaricious creatures that mimic treasure chest. Can be worn if one so wishes. Increases soul absorption from defeated enemies as well as item discovery, but the Curse of the Branded also drains HP. The very form of this creature is thought to be a form of brand, a punishment for sin. So if we put it on, you'll notice that we take little bits of damage. As time goes on, we look just like a dumb mimic head. And in case anyone didn't know, mimics are originally a clan of people that were punished by, I believe it was Velka, for the sin of greed, and thus they were given that weird-ass mimic form that you see. And I think that's a cool little bit of lore that we could get going. Let's see... Yep, that's where I wanted to go. Okay. Well, let's get that Soul of a Crestfallen Knight and I guess pick those up. I'm gonna have to climb back up there. Which means first I gotta fall back down here. Whee! I'm just chugging Estus, baby. Can't believe I didn't make that jump. Maybe I'm like too heavy. Maybe I'm just a little bit of a fatty. Oh. So yeah, I'm loving the Black Knight Ultra Greatsword. It's a very cool weapon, very fun. I currently have it at +3 for anyone wondering at why it does as much damage as it does. I mean, it's not quite +5. It's not maxed out. It takes Twinkling Titanite to level up. Okay, you know what? Let's take it off and see if that helps. Smooth. More lightning bolts. Arrows for crossbows. And, okay. I think we are about good to continue our journey. So as you can see, that pathway that we could go through leads us right back down here. So there's there's no difference in our overall pathway. I just decided to stop by and kill the giant. Ah, crud, there's a door down there, isn't there? A door I didn't go in. Well, first I'm gonna grab this because why not? It's a pickaxe, which is a weapon. Let's take a look at it. Where is the pickaxe? Right here. It's a great hammer. How is a pickaxe a great hammer? And how does it not cause bleed? Tool used by a miner for digging up earth, not intended for use in battle. Yet the strong downward swing of this tool once shattered large boulders and easily punctures weaker armor. Skill galvanized, temporarily boosts stamina recovery speed. So if you ever want to go mine the world, there's a pickaxe for you. Alright, let's go down here and explore. What's over here again? Oh, right. This is a lift. A lifto. By the way, that goes to nothing. Those are nothing. Ignore those drop-down points that you can look at. Okay, so we take the lift, we come up here, and we are right back at the bonfire, ready to take a rest. And I'm actually going to hit Firelink Shrine for just a moment. Just a moment. Seriously, though, just a moment. We gotta go, I want to talk to the Shrine Handmaid real quick. And where's our undead hunter charms? There we go. Just give me whatever I can get.
Ashen.
And good to go. Let's go ahead and travel back to the Irithyll Dungeon now that we've opened up that shortcut. And I don't know about you guys, but I think we can call that a short, sweet little episode. Irithyll Dungeon doesn't have a whole lot going on for it, so we'll be probably finishing it up in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one as we head down the lift